Hello everyone, we are at the SET Partners track of the SET Experience Academy webinar series. I'm Luis Fausto, Technology and Regulatory Specialist from Global, and I'm here with Ralf Schaefer. He's VP Standards of Research and Innovation in Interdigital, and he's here with us today to speak a little bit of the TV 2.5 project regarding the high dynamic range. Ralf, over to you.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here today and to present my presentation. So thanks a lot, Luis, for the kind introduction. Here we go. So the title is TV 2.5 High Dynamic Range with SL HDR1. So this is a joint presentation of Technicolor, Interdigital, and Philips. So SL HDR1 and SBTVD 2.5. So there is today a large installed base of TV sets compatible with TV 2.0. The video codec used here is AVC high profile 8-bit with either 1080i or 720p resolution, and everything is standard dynamic range. The desire with TV 2.5 was to select a backwards compatible HDR solution so that existing 2.0 TV sets and set-top boxes can continue to be used as before, and also to keep the video bit rates for TV 2.5 close to the one of TV 2.0. So this can avoid simulcast. High quality SDR and high quality HDR is also asked. So SL HDR1 is the ideal HDR technology for TV 2.5. So it allows a distribution of real SDR, so gamma-based, plus dynamic metadata. The overhead is only 60 bytes per frame, and its high quality is proven by subjective tests done by independent test labs during the ATSC 3.0 standards process, and also by subjective tests done by SBTVD members. So SBTVD selected SL HDR1 as the single dynamic HDR solution for TV 2.5. In addition, also HLG 8-bit has been selected. So Advanced HDR by Technicolor, what is that? So on the one hand, it is a distribution solution that converts at the input any HDR production format to any output format, so to SDR, HDR10, or to HLG10. So this can be frame by frame based or scene by scene based conversion. There are no creative constraints. That means you can use all the colors. And the dynamic metadata are generated in real time with very low overhead. So the original HDR information is in the metadata. So we have three solutions, in fact, of SL HDR. So there's SL HDR1, which is SDR plus dynamic metadata, which has been selected by TV 2.5 and also by ATSC 3.0. There's SL HDR2, that is HDR10 based plus dynamic metadata. This has been selected by DVB, and it's also candidate standard in China. And there's also SL HDR3, which is HLG based and also contains dynamic metadata. So dynamic metadata enables display adaptation. It's the optimum adaptation of the HDR signal to the peak luminance of a display. So this is standardized technology. So our core standard is in ETSI. It is TS 103433. Everything is in this document. And the application standards such as ATSC 3.0, DVB, or SBTVD, they reference that document and describe how SL HDR is used in their system. Besides that, we have also an ITM solution that converts HDR, SDR to HDR. So there's a lot of SDR content out there. And if you want to run a permanent HDR channel, you need to have everything in HDR. And so the SDR content needs to be converted. So this solution allows automatic conversion using machine learning and based on the vast expertise of Technicolor Hollywood colorists. It can also use a flexible preset profiles. Experts such as colorists or video engineers can do manual tuning if they like so. And the solution received in 2015 the Premier Award from Advanced Imaging Society in Hollywood. So now I want to show a little bit the practical aspects around SL HDR1. So talked about standards, this is nice, but also we want to see if it comes real into action. So for example, here I show Arte Live TV. This is a French-German channel in Europe. And they have started to use SL-HDR2 for their live service, which is called Arte Live TV. So they upconvert SDR with the ITM solution that I described before. So this is implemented in a Cobalt device. And one card is upconverting SDR 709 to HDR10 2020. And then a second card produces the dynamic metadata. So it generates the SL-HDR2 dynamic metadata. These are sent over ANC to the Arteme Titan Live encoder. This is then encoded in 1080p HEVC and sent over IP to different networks such as IPTV, satellite, or OTT delivery. So this is used since December 2019. Another practical scenario is here shown with ATSC 3.0. So this is a demo that we prepared for NIB 2020. This is using again the Cobalt equipment for generating from the SDR the HDR with the first card. The second card is doing the SL-HDR1 pre-processing because ATSC is using SL-HDR1. This goes then again to the Arteme encoder. And here we go over a real terrestrial network using NNSys ATSC broadcast gateway and the NNSys Teamcast exciter, which goes to an antenna. And this sends then the signal to different TV sets. And as this integrated also as HVC, we can send, for example, to the 2K TV set on the right side, the SDR signal. So the lower TV set receives the SDR signal in 2K, and the upper TV set gets the 4K signal with the enhancement layer and can display this in HDR because it is reconstructing then the with the metadata, the HDR signal. So this was a demonstration. But in the meantime, ATSC is on air, and Sinclair Broadcast is also using that already. So the conclusion is that, okay, HDR brings very noticeable image quality improvements, and SPTVD made an excellent choice by introducing a backwards compatible HDR solution into TV 2.5. So the Advanced HDR by Technicolor solution is a complete chain consisting of the professional ITM solution, the HDR converter, and also the SL-HDR distribution solution that is based on standards where appropriate. The distribution part is completely standardized. So SL-HDR1 provides high quality SDR because it is really gamma curve based, and also high quality HDR, which is then reconstructed out of the SDR signal. Everything is in a single stream and there are no creative constraints. SL-HDR1 has been tested in many trials in various configurations. It's ready for deployment, and we look forward working with Brazilian broadcasters and operators to bring HDR video to end consumers. Muito obrigado. Thank you.
Thank you, Ralf. Thank you very much for sharing this presentation with us. I have just one small question. You mentioned that ATSC is using SL-HDR1. We know that ATSC has released its standards in the beginning of 2018. Has this standard become a reality ever since with the deployment of new services and products using SL-HDR1?
Yeah, this is a very important question. And indeed, ATSC 3.0 in the US has become a reality. So there was a lot of press in June this year when Sinclair Broadcast Group launched their first station in Las Vegas with ATSC 3.0. So in fact, they did this with Advanced HDR by Technicolor. So they used the ITM solution for converting the SDR to HDR, but also the SL-HDR1 distribution technology. So launch has been done with equipment from Arteme and also Cobalt. So since then, Sinclair Broadcast committed to launch on 20 stations over the US, all with SL-HDR1. And today there are 5 stations on air, which are Las Vegas, Pittsburgh, Nashville, Portland, Oklahoma City. So other broadcasters such as Pearl TV have also committed to 40 additional stations. So these are not yet with HDR, but this comes probably later. And from LG, Sony, and Samsung, there are around 20 TV sets on the US markets that are compatible with ATSC 3.0, and more is to come in 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ralf. It's a pleasure to be with you here. Thank you for sharing this presentation with us. See you next time.